Imam Mahdi, the last savior. Page 7. Events before the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi in 2023 AD. We have to go through all the major world events as predicted by our Prophet and Imams before we see the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as Imam Mahdi's Zahoor would not take place unless all the major predictions and prophecies of our Prophet and Imams would not take place. So please watch the world events carefully, which would happen in the same sequence as described below before accepting. 1998 AD to 2015 AD. The whole world would remain under different kinds of attacks and wars since 1998 AD, whether they are economic, political, or social. Terrorist events happened in USA. 7 to 7 terrorist events happened in UK. 26 to 11 terrorist events happened in India. Then there were wars and foreign invasions in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Syria, Yemen, Libya, Sudan, Iraq, Ukraine, etc., and the list goes on. The stocks and insurance markets fell in 2008 in USA, and since then the whole world has been experiencing a continuous recession, depression, social riots in Europe, USA, Ukraine, and so on. The euro and dollar is still in crisis. The gold and silver markets are totally unpredictable. The trend analysts are forecasting a big war in Middle East. The currency and trade wars are on between West and China and Russia. The world is watching the Ukraine crisis, which is converting into civil war of Ukraine. The West along with USA is in full confrontation with Russia on the issues of Ukraine, Syria, and Iran. Recently Russia and China made a deal of $400 billion gas deal, which is also not in the favor of West. The Cold War is now converting into hot war, and finally it would convert into a big Third World War by 2023 AD. India would attack Pakistan by the year in 2023 AD. Their planning of war and intentions was quoted by the Chief of the Army Staff of India in his recent speech on, where he mentioned that India might be engaged with Pakistan and China at the same time, and they are preparing for two wars at the same time. It is very interesting to note that the top 3 weapons buyers countries in the world are 1. India 2. China 3. Pakistan. These weapons of mass destruction would be used in the coming war among these 3 countries in 2023 AD. The whole world have seen continuous drastic economic changes and challenges in 2015. The euro region destabilized. The gold, silver, and oil prices became unstable. The years 2015 to 2018 became the economic and political upheaval years in the whole world. The stocks markets all over the world also became unstable, and investors lost a lot of money. 2021 AD would be the last year of the international Hajj event. There would be no international flights for Hajj because of the spread of World War III on and after in 2023 AD. The big Third World War in Middle East, as predicted by a hadith and also in biblical prophecies, was started in July 2014, exactly after 100 years, when World War I was started on July 28, 1914 AD. The wars in different regions would kept on increasing in 2015 AD, 2021 AD. This big final war would be officially released in 2023 AD. The regional wars are already underway in Syria, Ukraine, Yemen, Iraq, Lebanon, Libya, Egypt, North Korea, Pakistan, Mali, Somalia, etc., and they would convert to Third World War once attack on Iran would begin. The Ukraine crisis is unfolding, and the NATO buildup is going in fast pace at the borders of Russia, China, and Iran. The attack on either Ukraine or Iran would convert the regional wars into World War III, as explained by political experts all over the world. Prophet Muhammad said, Sind, modern Pakistan, would be destroyed by Hind, modern India, and Hind, India, would be destroyed by Sin, modern China. In 2023 AD, we would see the wars between Pakistan and India and China attacking each other and destroying people and property. Iran could come under attack in the year in 2023 AD. This war with Khorasan, modern Iran, was fully described in the speeches of Imam Ali and Prophet Muhammad. The turmoil in the Middle East would continue with fall of one country after another. Third World War would erupt in the Middle East, as the regional wars in Middle East would escalate to the last and the final war, i.e. Third World War. China would attack Taiwan and India, North Korea could attack South Korea, and World War III would be publicly seen in the year in 2023 AD 2013 as the start year of World War III, but would spread in 2023 AD. A one-third population of the world would die in the world war as mentioned in the Hadith. Prophet Muhammad said, the Red Death in the world would occur. One-third population of the world would die in this war. The political trend analysts already predicted that World War III would officially reach its peak in 2023 AD in Middle East, and the nuclear weapons would be used in this last world war, killing billions of people. Even in June 2013, Hollywood released movie, World War Z, and Z is the last alphabet of English meaning the last world war. There would be wars between China and Japan, China and India, North Korea and South Korea, NATO and Russia, Israel and Iran, Pakistan and India, etc. in the third and last world war, fought with thermonuclear weapons. Death of the last king of Saudi Arabia as named as Abdullah in a hadith and sayings of Imams. Imam Bakir, S.A., said, give me the death news of Abdullah who would be the last king of Hijaz-e-Muqaddas, I would give the good news of the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi. King Abdullah died on January 23, 2015, and King Salman became the new king of Saudi Arabia, but now his successors would conflict on his appointment of future successors. There would be 15 sultans or kings of Saudi Arabia, one after another, before the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, in 2023 AD. Imam Mahdi, the last savior, page 10, 2021 to 2023 AD, Dajjal, satanic power elite of the world would completely take over the world with their plan, New World Order in 2023 AD, one currency, with one police, with one economic system, with one social system, with one leadership, and enslaving all the humanity with master and slave concept. One-third population of the world would die after this big world war due to diseases and drought. Prophet Muhammad said, the White Death in the world would occur. One-third population of the world would die after the war because of diseases and drought. In another hadith of Prophet Muhammad, 5 people would die out of 7 before the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as. Now we know that the population of the world reached 7 billion on October 31, 2011. So 5 billion people would die before the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, during the period 2018 to 2023 AD. Once Imam Jafar-e-Sadiq, as, said, the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi would not occur until two-third population of the earth would not die. So Imam Mahdi is not coming to rescue the humanity unless we see the deaths of two-third population of the earth. Then there is another hadith that, when Imam Mahdi would Zahoor, the ratio of population of women to men would be 50 to 1. It means that there would be 2 billion women and only 40 million men in the world when Imam Mahdi would Zahoor. Sufani, the last Sufani named Usman would come into power 6 months before the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, i.e. in January 2023 AD. He would kill people indiscriminately and would send his army to demolish Holy Kaaba near the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, there would be an announcement of Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, on 23rd Ramadan, which would be Friday by Hazrat, as mentioned in the Quranic verses of Surah, Kaf in Ayat 41 and 42. 23rd Ramadan is coming on April 14, 2023, Friday, and so be ready to hear the announcement of Hazrat Ali, as, on this particular date. April 14 to July 28, 2023 AD. The announcement about the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi on April 14, 2023 AD, and the Zahoor of Jesus Christ would occur on and before the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi in Syria near the tomb of John the Baptist, i.e. Hazrat Yahya, as, and the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, would occur on July 28, 2023 in Mecca, Saudi Arabia at 14:45 p.m. on the roof of Holy Kaaba, Mecca. The Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, would occur on the roof of Holy Kaaba, Saudi Arabia at the Asr time on the 10th Muharram, Friday, which would be odd year. July 28, 2023 AD occurs on 10th Muharram, 1445 Hijri, Friday, and both the Islamic and Gregorian calendars years are odd year. Prepare yourself for the Zahoor of Imam Mahdi, as, on this particular date, time, and year. Imam Mahdi, the last savior, page 1104. Prophets, Jesus Christ would come to join Imam Mahdi, as Imam Mahdi, as, would assemble his army. He would take the revenge of and then defeat the evil forces of the world. Then he would divide the world in 313 provinces and would appoint 313 governors. 2023 AD, 2026 AD. Imam Mahdi would fight and defeat Dajjal and the forces against Islam in the first 8 months. It was also mentioned by Nostradamus that the Third World War would start in 1999 AD and would last for 27 years by 2026 AD.